Hi, everybody. Welcome back to T Loves to Read book vlog. I'm back again here with Kindred by Octavia Butler. I'm on chapter 2, part 3, and chapter 2, part 2. And my last video ended with Dana asking Rufus for directions on how to get to Alice's cabin. So let's pick back up at that part. So Dana is alone in the woods. She's trying to find the Greenwood cabin where Alice stays. And just as a description of the setting, she sees a lot of slave cabins around her. Dana has a fear of being caught. She hears a lot of rustling of leaves and it really has her on edge. She starts to feel dizzy and thinks it's time for me to go home, but she does not travel back to her home into her time. Horsemen ride by Dana, but before they see her, she jumps into some bushes. Dana thinks about how black people without free papers at that time were in danger if caught by white people. Dana could see that the horsemen were white, and there were 8 of them. The horsemen were headed in the direction of the Greenwood cabin, and they eventually do find a cabin, and Dana really hopes that it's not the Greenwood cabin. 4 of the men get off their horses and they head toward the cabin and they begin to kick and hit at the cabin door. The cabin door breaks and the men enter and they shove out a whole family consisting of a man, a woman, and a child. The white men discover after a while that the black man does not have a free pass. As punishment for not having that free pass and possibly being a runaway slave, the black man was whipped. Dana was really alarmed to see something like this happen with her own eyes. She felt she would vomit and began to cry. She also notices the little girl is crying too. Dana's thinking of how to get the whipping out of her mind, and she thinks the white men are patrols, and patrols are described as white men who maintain order among slaves. The black man's hands are tied with a rope, and the other end of the rope is held by one of the horsebound patrollers. And the black woman eventually has a conversation with one of the patrollers who stays behind. He must have not liked what she said, so he punched her in the face and she falls to the ground. The patroller leaves her there on the ground, and all the patrollers head towards what looks like the Wayland plantation. Dana wonders if the man is one of the Wayland slaves who ran away. Dana can see the lady still lying on the ground and wonders if she's unconscious and gets closer to her to help. Her little daughter, is still lying next to her and she runs away because she doesn't know who Dana is. Dana quietly calls out the name Alice, and the girl stops and looks at Dana. So Dana finds Alice, her ancestor, and she also finds a possible place for refuge at the end of this part 3. So that's where this ends. I'm going to stop this video here. I hope you're able to read along with me. I really do think this is a really great book to get into. I've read a little bit ahead, and I think, of course, I don't want to give it away, but it's very interesting as far as how they depict slavery and how just the whole dynamics of black and white and how they paint out the picture of Alice and Rufus and how they're actually friends. So please, if you can, read along with me. This is Octavia Butler's Kindred, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy reading and good night.